The worst crisis actor in the world, Alex Jones, announced on July 1st that Democrats and globalists backed by George Soros plan to launch a civil war on the 4th of July. I don't know, I missed it. Did you guys, were you part of that?
I slept, I was really
slept
tired.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I ate a couple hot dogs.
I did hear a lot of explosions though later on in the day. So maybe he was onto something.
No, I heard those too. I don't know.
I love what you pointed out last week, that was it last week or was it just the beginning of this week? The break in the middle of the week has me so confused that today is not Monday, but that he said something obviously ridiculous that is obviously absolutely not going to happen, and none of his followers are really gonna care or challenge it or question it.
They're not functioning on that same plane of reality, I think.
There's that. Okay.
Yeah, that's really the only reason that I want to talk about this, because I spend more time than I should trying to understand why people get involved in these either literal cults or cults of personality that seem to be becoming more and more of a share of the entirety of the internet. And what a lot of these cults rely on is, I am the only source of information that you can trust. Everyone else is a liar. Everyone else is arrayed against you. I will tell you what is true. So, and by the way, the threats against you have to be huge. The secrets I can reveal to you have to be huge for you to value me and buy my penis pills and brain pills and whatever it is that he sells. And by the way, he used that Civil War thing as a way to sell merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Before the Civil War that didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
So you have to say all those crazy things, but what they usually do is they'll say, like, I remember I watched one Alex Jones video. I think I've watched one, and it was 3 years ago, and it was around July. And he was saying, I have it on good authority, every millionaire is leaving. They're all going to Israel. By the end of the year, everyone will be gone, and that's when the invasion happens. And he was saying that months out. So what happened was, by the way, they didn't all leave and the invasion didn't happen. But it was months later, so it's easy for his viewers to forget, because 2 days later it's gay frogs, and a day after that it's stuff in the air, and there's all these things. But in this case, he predicted it like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
You should be able to remember. And the thing is, if you trust someone, if you believe that they're the only one that's revealing the truth to you, they're the only ones that wouldn't lie, and they predict something as significant, as monumentally important in American history as a second Civil War, and they get it 100% wrong, literally 72 hours after they predicted it, and it doesn't lead a single one of you to stop watching him, not you, but his fans.
Well, we don't know.
What does that say about his fans? They don't care. There is nothing he could say. He could say, I'm going to explode in 2 seconds. On to the next commercial break. What could possibly get through to you at this point?
You know, there was at least one, I guess you could call it a professional casualty of the Second Civil War. Actor James Woods.
That's true.
Yes.
Lost his representation.
Poor
His
James
agent was
Woods.
feeling patriotic.
That was great.
And sent him a nice little letter saying, I no longer want to represent you. Which is fascinating, because then the actor starts bringing up the First Amendment and how on the 4th of July you should want to stand by this. And I was like, well, it seems like he kind of is. You're saying you should be able to choose to act however you want to act. And he's kind of doing the same thing. He does not want to be surrounded by you. He doesn't want you in his circle anymore. He don't want to represent you, don't want to be connected to you anymore. You're both making choices.
Yeah.
It's like, is it?
So I had read something about, I tried to avoid any news about James Woods. That's how I go through my life. I made a joke about him going to the Supreme Court, because it might happen, by the way. It's like a 10% chance. So that letter that I'm feeling patriotic, the guy actually sent that?
Yeah, I wish that I wish I had it pulled up. I'll find it while you guys.
So what do you think about that?
It's hilarious.
Because I honestly wonder, first of all, you're still his agent up until yesterday.
Also, he's a liberal. So why would you?
I mean, I guess a lot of agents are probably liberal. I would say, I wouldn't do it like that. I understand that most people say that I should be more willing to just punch people in the face, and that we should I generally I believe we have a society, we have to get along in certain ways. I don't think you should have been his agent in the first place if you found him so distasteful. That said, doing it on the 4th of July in that way makes him too much of a martyr. If you had done it on Monday, you would have had a great reason. He doesn't work. There's no reason for him to have an agent in the first place. As KT Nelson pointed out on Twitter.
You know what? He has had some notable roles. He was a background voice extra in GTA San Andreas. Yeah, so.
I'm sorry, I will never see
that was 7 years ago.
Anything other than the guy who killed Medgar Evers. Like in Ghost of Mrs. I can't get. I was just like, I'm like, okay, wait, no, this is not the real person. Okay, it's just like I am just so. I remember that. Oh, but this is the letter. He actually did send it.
I'm feeling patriotic. I don't want to represent you anymore. I mean, I could go on a rant, but you know what I'd say. Well, maybe they talked about it before.
And you know, and I feel like, what if this is his longtime agent and because also, you gotta be fair, the election in 2016 and kind of like going up to it, a lot of people that you thought were normal turned out not to be.
Yeah.
And maybe this was and I'm not talking about Trump supporters specific, I'm just talking about people. I just want, I'm just talking about people.
Sure.
And so maybe, it's just like feeling weird about it. And also, because the same argument, if he's not making any money, you're not really doing much with him anyway. And so people aren't calling. And so maybe he just was like, I just don't want to be connected to him. And he wanted to send this. And he also sent a private little statement, a little quick email. It didn't have to go on Twitter. But
That's true, yeah.
Can I just say, just going through some of the tweets, making fun of this second civil war.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not gonna be specific to a group. I'm just gonna point out that one group was joking about prepping for the second civil war with avocado toast and cold brew coffee and sparkling water. The other group was joking about murder.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I've got my guns, you're gonna lose. And I just thought that it was interesting to see what the two sides were joking about.
And we do come back to that every once in a while. And that is the thing, like Alex Jones will say, and God, I feel just sick that I've said his name like twice now on the show.
It's like the third time he appears.
Exactly. I don't care about him, but I do care about some of his viewers, especially the people that recently started. Some of them maybe could be saved if somebody were to reach out to them and say that this is an insane scam artist that is trying to literally he's trying to take your money for his paleo bone broth soup or whatever it is that he sells. I care about those people. And yeah, like he put up a video of him shooting like a machine gun or something. Like these people, they desperately want to kill. They want to kill people so bad, and they are looking for an excuse to. When he says there's gonna be a second civil war, okay, he's saying that, he's not actually gonna do anything. He just wants to continue barking at a camera and making money and all of that. But out of all of his supporters, some of whom are gun owners, some of whom believe that a civil war is about to begin, how confident are you that all of those people will wait until the libs start the second civil war? What was the odds that one of his followers would decide, you know what? If it's gonna happen and my savior says it's gonna happen, maybe I should shoot the first shot. We're lucky at this point that nothing actually happened, considering the size of his audience and the size of their insanity.
And considering Pizzagate.
Yeah, they already have been shooting.
Happen. Like exactly what you just described did happen.
Yeah.
Do we have a second to leave on some lighter tweets from the Second Civil War?
Sure, if you got them.
I got them. So my favorite was by Chrissy Teigen.
Me too.
She's the best. She is the best.
It's so good.
We have Chrissy's tweet. What time's the war? And then the follow-up, incredible. I have to go to Ralph's, then need to shower, but I can shower after the war, I guess.
How did she get so good on Twitter?
She's so funny.
It's incredible. And then we also have one more from Patton Oswalt, who's also killing it on Twitter. My beloved Harriet, I write to you with a heavy heart. I was gravely memed during a skirmish with a squad of incel irregulars. Doc Tibbins says there's nothing for it. He will have to amputate my Twitter feed. Womp womp, Jed.
No.
Oh, I love
Did you see that Dear Mrs. Dershowitz one?
No, which one was it? Oh,
I regret to inform you that your husband has been gravely wounded during the Battle of Martha's Vineyard, overtaken by a fierce volley of social disinvitations. We fear that his ego shall remain desperately fragile. Hashtag second Civil War letters.
Do we have time for, I'm not gonna remember the actual wording, but it was something like, we have a set of red hats pinned down outside Durham. They desperately need to go to the bathroom, but all the bathrooms are trans friendly and they dare not enter. They have begun to defecate on themselves.
These accents right now, as someone who grew up in the South, and these two.
Are they good?
Who did not, they are Spot on.
Thank you so much.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.